You guys, I'm a 30-year-old. I'm over 30 and I'm watching this show.
No, it's great.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Molly.
And these are my Freudian slippers.
Oh,
and this is Reviews for Humans.
I'm sorry. Oh, Vampire Diaries.
Vampire Diaries.
Season 3, episode 3.
Yay!
We'll start with Caroline's storyline since that's where we ended on
Just
last
B-plot.
episode.
Yeah.
She's being held captive by her father.
Horner and Glasses.
From Heroes, Jack Coleman. We just know him as Daddy. What's his name?
They back when they weren't revealing that it was the father, Mrs. Lockwood said it a couple of times, but I honestly can't remember.
We don't remember. Gay Dad.
Gay Dad.
Has Caroline captive in this chair.
Tied in a room.
Tied in the room. He asks her, how do you walk in the sunlight? And she says, is that all you want to know? And she points to a ring, and he takes off the ring.
Yeah, and then he proceeds to continue to torture her.
He has a little window, and he opens the window, and the sun shines on her. And then he reveals that he's gonna...
Ex-vampire her.
Ex-vampire her!
Because not being a vampire is not natural. And she was not... But Caroline says that she can't change what she is, and we're supposed to be beat about the head and shoulders with the irony that the gay dad is trying to basically ex-gay his daughter.
Ex-vampire
Ex-vampire it, yeah. So that happened.
That happened, and
Sheriff Forbes eventually Sheriff Forbes figures out where they are because Caroline hasn't been home in 3 days.
Sheriff Forbes now cares about her daughter.
Yeah, which is great.
And Tyler cares about her.
It's lovely. I'll just tell you, it's lovely to have one parent on the show
that actually cares about their child or is still alive. You know.
Parents.
So there you go.
Yeah. So anyway,
so they come to the rescue.
They rescue her and they give her blood in bed.
Yeah, Mom gives her some blood in bed and comforts her and tells her it's gonna be okay.
That Dad will come around.
He'll come around. That they've been brainwashed pretty much to hate vampires, and Tyler's there and he, you know, snuggles with her and she cries on his shoulder, literally. So that's what happened with Caroline.
Yeah. So meanwhile, but not really. Meanwhile, 80 years ago,
Klaus and Stefan
are in the 20s.
In the 20s.
And they knew each other before. Revelation! Back last time that Stefan was crazy serial killer blood obsessed.
Reverse Stefan, and they're at a speakeasy. It's the 20s, of course, you know, Prohibition, and he's partying and he's, you know, compelling
people and making their husbands drink their blood.
Make their husbands drink their wife's blood in front of them.
Super crazy.
Klaus is like, I like this guy.
Love this guy. Meanwhile, Klaus's sister Rebecca is there. Another original, and she has also fallen for Stefan.
They like each other.
With their vaginas.
Vagina. Just the one.
I am not convinced Stefan does not have a vagina. Anyway, that's happening in the 20s. Meanwhile, today, back in Chicago,
Stefan and
Klaus are back at the speakeasy that's run by the same magical, slowly aging witch that ran it back in the 20s. And she's
very powerful,
awesome.
Very fierce.
Yeah, and she tells Klaus that his sister Rebecca knows why, can contact the original witch to figure out why the curse didn't break.
Why the hybrids aren't working.
And so he goes to the warehouse where he's got Rebecca stabbed in the heart.
And all the other originals that he's killed. And
because Klaus's immediate reaction to anything that upsets him is stab you in the heart. Oh, stab in the heart.
That's later.
Yeah, that happens later. And so so he pulls the knife out, and Rebecca wakes up, and he asks her what's the thing that's going to contact the original witch, and she goes to her necklace that she had in the 20s.
It's Elena's necklace.
It just so happens to be the necklace Elena wears.
And
so yeah.
And also back in the 20s, we kind of left something out.
Did we skip something?
Yeah.
I'm distracted by this feather on your bosom.
I made this, you guys.
It's lovely.
I'm crafty. Anyway, so So back in the 20s, Klaus and Stefan and Rebecca were all hanging out. They were getting along great. All of a sudden, there's a raid on the speakeasy, and Klaus makes Stefan forget everything.
Oh, yeah.
He says, we've never met. You're not going to remember anything.
Not until I tell you can remember.
Not until I tell you can remember. And there were wooden bullets in the raid. So somebody knew there were vampires there, and they were looking for them. And then it's also revealed that Catherine was there.
Yeah, because Catherine likes to hide in plain sight.
Yes. If somebody's this adorable little twink
bob. Super adorable.
Super cute.
You can't have one. You have to keep growing.
I'm trying.
But yeah, so Catherine hides in plain sight, I figured out. Like, if somebody's after her, she's going to be in the same city, preferably in the same apartment building of the people that are looking for her.
Yeah, that's what she does. That's what she's good at. So she was there. She obviously, because Catherine knows everything. That's how the show starts out. Catherine's calling Damon.
Yeah. Meanwhile, so Damon and Catherine, or not Catherine, Damon and Elena, head to Chicago from North Carolina. So they're looking for Stefan all over the place while Stefan is reminiscing about the 20s with Klaus. And they find him at the speakeasy, and Stefan tells Damon that it's the reason that the hybrids aren't working is because Elena's still alive.
And they they go to Stefan's old apartment that he's kept.
Immaculate for 80 years.
All these years. And Damon shows Elena, well, it doesn't, it looks fine, but come look at this. And there's a secret passage where Stefan has, like, alcohol
and scratched.
All along the wall is all the people he's killed, just scratched into the wall. That's because
he's a serial killer.
He's a serial killer, and Klaus and Stefan are there later. Damon's at the speakeasy, the bar. It's just a bar now. This is present day, and they go to the apartment. I don't know why. They just go there.
They just go there to prove to Klaus, for Klaus to prove to Stefan that they knew each other.
Right. Okay. Yes, and he has all the names.
And Elena's hiding.
And she's hiding in that room.
Stefan.
She's hiding in that room, looking at all the names of her psycho boyfriend. Because he wants to relive each murder by, scratching their name on the wall. That's crazy, right? And he sees her when they open the door.
But he doesn't tell Klaus she's there.
Klaus doesn't, but Stefan does, and they exchange glances, and she's like this.
And Stefan is like this. So anyway, Stefan breaks up with Elena, like really angrily, like
they all end up
converge
at the bar
at the bar
together.
Except Klaus doesn't know Elena's there, and Stefan has got actually a good point that as long as he can keep Klaus out of Mystic Falls, there's a chance, because as long as he doesn't know Elena's alive and Elena's safe in Mystic Falls, then that's great. Let's keep that thing happening.
So he breaks up with her.
Says, I don't want to see you anymore.
And Damon is hilarious.
Of course.
He goes into the bar and just sits right down next to Klaus, and he's like terrified, but at the same time he's like, just loves trouble. And Klaus is like, I'm gonna stab you!
With a toothpick. Stab it in the heart.
Throat.
Yeah, things happen.
It's hilarious.
So the end of the episode is basically Damon and Elena get back into their magical car that can travel thousands of miles in a blink of an eye and drive back to Mystic Falls.
And she says, I just want to go, just drive. And Elena's crying because BFF broke with her.
Yeah. And again, whole episode, no one mentions Bonnie.
No one mentions Bonnie. And no Jeremy or Matt this episode either. So, but it was good, like the flashback stuff.
Yeah, it was cool. Like now, Rebecca, the original,
because Rebecca's awake now, and she's like, "Where's my necklace?"
And Elena's got it, so that's gonna be like a big old bitch fight later.
So now it's time for
Scene of the Week. Stefan, I'm so happy to see you.
Elena, you have to get out of here. We have to break up. You can't ever see me again. I don't want to see you.
No, Stefan, I love you. We love.
Why are you believing me? This was so much easier for Edward Cullen in Twilight.
I didn't watch Twilight.
Well, you're no Bella Swan, that's for sure.
Oh, I'm sad now.
No, you can't ever see me. Get out of here.
Oh. So, there we go.
There we go.
Thank you guys for watching. For Reviews for Humans, I am Dustin.
I'm Molly. See you next time.
Bye.
Rawr, 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 rawr.